Good evening, race fans. Welcome to CRN's live coverage of the Hold Your Brakes Academy presented by PinUpsForVets.com. We've had a heck of a season so far, and we've had 4 different winners so far on the season. But 4 is kind of the lucky number, and that is for the 44 of Jorge Ledesma Jr. He has got 4 wins on the season so far, the only one that's got multiple wins. He's got the lead by, well, 44. It is 4s all around here for the season as Jorge Ledesma comes into tonight. Back-to-back wins after winning at Indianapolis and Watkins Glen. Second time he's gone back-to-back earlier in the season. Went back-to-back at Charlotte and Las Vegas for the second and third race of the season. With all that being said, it don't mean jack tonight because we are racing for fun here tonight. Okay. It is the all-star race here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and it's a little bit different. It's a little bit funky. Jimmy joining me here in the booth. I am Carl Handwork, Jimmy Covert, the co-commentator. Jimmy, just like us, certainly 2 different kinds of people out there tonight. Why don't you give us a little rundown of what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be out at Bristol for 200 laps. And as that seems like a huge number, they'll be getting around these tracks and lickety split in the Lara. Basically the formula, yeah, I can't even think of the car. Basically the Formula car out there, the Indy car, versus some Mazdas out there. So you're gonna have your top 10 drivers out there in the Indy car, and then you'll have I guess mobile Dodge wagons or whatever you want to call them out there trying to get in their way and cause a ruckus. No damage, no points, just a lot of fun here tonight for the drivers here at Hold Your Brakes Academy. So we do look like we have about 16 drivers ready to get ready out there. So looks about 50-50 split. No, 10-6. So, or 10-7. So 10 Indy cars against 7 Mazdas. Or the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to, multi-class racing because that's pretty much the only racing we get to do, at least until the Core Premier Series kicks off again in 2026. But this is multi-class on a whole different level. Tonight, the Indy cars, as mentioned, getting around this track in the 11-second range, and the Mazdas in the 17-second range. So, I mean, the Indy cars getting around here 3 laps to the. Well, no, not that math ain't math. But either way,
almost 2 to 1.
Yeah, getting around a hell of a lot faster than the Mazdas, but it's going to be, like Jimmy said, it's going to be rolling chicanes out there. Not all the top drivers here, not all the top 10 here tonight taking the night off. Jorge Ledesma Jr., your points leader, is one of them, not in participation here tonight, but he can just sit back and enjoy it for another week. He certainly earned it, deserved the week off. We'll be back out in action next week for Daytona. It's going to be Daytona on the comeback here, see if Ledesma can get 3 in a row. But tonight, again, just going to let your hair down, almost like the season opener when we were at the Coliseum. I don't know how much wall riding there's going to be. Certainly not from the Indy cars. Maybe from the Mazdas out here. The damage is off. That is one thing that they don't have to worry about here tonight. Damage is off, and these drivers can just go have at it. You will see the damage pop on. You'll see tires flying, parts flying, heck, anything but the drivers flying out of the car in some of these wrecks. But within about a half a second, you'll see everything just kind of, Lego piece snap back together, and everything will be fine. But we got a starting order, as whatever you want to say. I can't say. I don't know about Jeremy Gill starting back there in 16th, but Jimmy, why don't you give us a rundown of tonight's 17-car starting order?
Here's the starting field here for tonight. Timothy Presley will be out front with Shane King, Jake Raven, Robbie Minor, Andrew Jones, and David Chapman all in the Indy car. And then Jeremiah Grau, Tom Lanier, Bryson Anderson, Drafty Beef, Robert Altman, Tyler Edmondson, Thomas Osborne, Ryan Perrone, Aaron Genske will be in your Mazdas. Then Jeremy Gill, being brave, starting in the back, and the 4 there in the IndyCar, and then Anthony Strickland for your 17 drivers. So 17 drivers out here. Almost, like I said, almost a 50-50 split, but it's going to be a little bit interesting. We'll do our best to keep everything covered, but we're getting ready to go green.
Well, I mean, Jeremy Gill's starting back there in 16th, but I think judging by the paint scheme on that car, judging by the fact that he's in the Viagra Indy car, I'm guessing he wants a little bit of a hard race here tonight. I think it's not going to be hard to pass these Mazdas on speed. It's just going to be hard to pass them as they're rolling chicanes. So I'll end the puns right there. But we're going to get this thing ready to go here, and certainly looking at that 88 there of Dave Chapman, Max Verstappen fan, and he's certainly been on a roll in Formula One. We'll see if Chapman can get up there in the 88. But second in points, Timothy Presley in that Haas. I'm guessing that the Haas Indy car is hopefully going to be a little bit quicker than the Haas Formula One, but they even got a Haas Mazda out there. So we'll see if there's teammates working together here. Green flag is out, and we are racing, and right away our points leader, maybe that is a Haas Formula One car after all, as he bites the dust before he gets to the start-finish line.
Yeah, and obviously they get a little bit of racing as, no caution, so they're going to continue to keep rolling around here tonight, and you can see the Formula cars taking off. And there's a track map. You'll see already, all the way catching up to the back of the field as the field is already on the cars, but they're dipping and diving, and it does look like, who I'm hooked on everything. There's so much calamity out there. Yeah, Robbie Minor doing his thing, leading the way right now.
Yeah, I'd say so far so good, but I mean, we're not going to have any idea what's going on. Kind of just like the season opener at the Coliseum. It's going to be tough to kind of keep an eye on who's where. Certainly use your use the time and scoring tower to give you an idea of what's going on. But Robbie Minor is currently your leader. As big violent accident right there. As you see right there, Robbie Minor in the number 63 Nas, already catching up to the back of the pack, not just the Mazdas, but already catching up to Jeremy Gill there in the Viagra number 4. As yes, I had to double check because I'm not seeing him so far up in the field, but yeah, so far Robbie Minor has lapped everybody but the top 4 right now. Only top 4 on the lead lap. So a heck of a start here for the 53.
Yeah, trying to get out there, do his thing, and make a statement here that it doesn't matter what car he's in, he wants to win, and doing what he needs to do right now, and almost like kind of a smart thing to do. I don't know how much these drivers, but it does look like Minor's luck has ran out as he goes for a ride.
On the lid, but it luckily lands on the tires. You can get back going. That's kind of the only way you're going to have a major issue here tonight is if you turtle. If you land on the top of your shell, unless somebody hits you, you're going to have to tow back to pit lane. That's goes same way for the Indy cars out here, and same thing with the Mazdas. I mean, there's no button to, there's no speed racer button to kind of flip you back onto your wheels here. You have to tow it back to pit lane unless somebody's nice enough to just go out there and just hammer you back onto your wheels. But you see him right there, Robbie Minor get down on the apron, the wheel kind of, or actually that was Timothy Presley, the wheel kind of flopped around there a little bit and went right back on. So it's certainly a little different here, but Jimmy, there's not too many tracks that we can go to, and maybe there's no tracks that we can go to that you see 11-second lap times. It's pretty fast out there.
Yeah, it's almost a little ridiculous. And you can see right here having issues getting that car turned around. Just too much power.
That'll help right there. There we go.
Gets ran over by a Miata. No problem. Get it back going again. Yeah, it's just one of those nights. I'll go ahead and I'll put up the session state above the timing tower there, and you can see what lap they're actually on. They're on 15 of 200. So, but Robbie Minor slides back to P number 3. Andrew Jones now in the lead of doing the best, avoiding anybody. But as soon as we click on him, on the screen he goes, gets wrapped up with a Miata as parts go flying, is able to keep it on the wheels downside and continue to go. But will still maintain the lead as he does have everybody lapped already. Oh, runs into another Miata.
Wait.
There
Okay,
you
he's
go.
good now. He's good once again. But got to give to Jeremy Gill, starting towards the back. But, again, maybe it's the paint scheme, but he kind of penetrated his way through this field. He's all the way up to third right now. So, I mean, it's working out here so far for the 4. But as I say that, now he's starting to slip back here a little bit. But the entire field down at least a lap. Andrew Jones ahead of everybody by a lap. David Chapman, Robbie Miner, second and third. They're down 1 lap. Then you got Jake Raven, Jeremy Gill down 2 laps in 4th and 5th. Timothy Presley down 3 laps in 6th. And then the last running IndyCar right now is Shane King. He's down 4 laps in 7th. Top running Miata here tonight is right now Ryan Perrone. He leads over Jeremiah Grau, Tyler Edmondson, Aaron Genske, Tom Lanier for that top 5. But I mean, you see the violence here, and it's definitely worth riding along here with your leader, Andrew Jones, here, just to see what his view is at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Not just the sheer speed, but the chaos.
It's just kind of crazy, out there trying to get around, and we can probably click on any of these IndyCar drivers that are out there right now, just kind of trying to do their thing, race a little bit, and oh, by the way, there's a chicane, and you can just see how slow they are, whether they're just waiting for the fast repair to take place or whatever, but trying to get around left and right. And there's obviously a lot can be if you're situational awareness here, and you can see Jake Raven just kind of following. I think that's not Jeremy Gill. That's Timothy Presley in front of it. Get wrapped up in just a little bit there, but yeah, just flying around here, getting around, doing his thing. So whoa, he just missed.
I mean, it's. If you're worried about it, just drive straight. It'll find its way through there. Especially if it's a Miata, you'll end up launching them up into the sky. I know we've taken, I think, this combination to Lime Rock Park and kicked field goals with the Miatas over the bridge right by turn number 1. So they can certainly be launched up into the air. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting combo here, and I gotta imagine riding along with one of these Mazdas here. I think we need to ride along one of the Mazdas just to see the speed difference going the other way. And I would think it's probably like Ricky Bobby watching the other cars go by. Those the other cars? Because yeah, that is here tonight. They are going a lot faster around the outside.
Yeah, and the Mazda, you can see the dashboard on the screen, up to about 100 miles an hour, doing their thing here, just kind of getting around Bristol, just nonchalant. And it's Brian Perrone here in the lead here for the Mazdas. We go back here with Jeremiah Grau in second. They're trying to catch back up, and hopefully Ryan will get mixed up into something. But there's been I've seen special events. Yeah, you can see him go too wide a little bit, but there's a turn.
Not today.
Crossed us. And just that easy. But you can see how fast. Oh, what a mess this is gonna be.
There it is. There you go. That's exactly why. Right there. There you go. There's your sign right there. And I do want to say I know this is again for fun. And there's no points on the line, but I think what should be on the line here tonight, if any Miata beats any Indy car, I mean, obviously, the Indy cars out there are going, almost twice as fast as the Mazda, so there shouldn't be any chance of a Miata beating an Indy car. But if they do, I think they should automatically switch positions in the point standings. They should change points, because the Indy cars obviously are your top 10 in points. But if somebody in the Miata can find a way to beat one of the Indy cars out here tonight, I'm sorry, but the points change. You get the points of the Indy car driver.
Yeah, and the Indy cars getting up to about 170. I've seen Max here as they got a lot of obstacles to get around, but
now.
a little ride there. Yeah, and yeah, no lifting. Everybody's on the gas full time here. One thing they did with this track, Carl, was they did throw dirt on there for a while for a few races, and we had the joy of running like the 87s and stuff here, and I think the trucks like that. Yeah, we did a few dirt races here. Yeah, so definitely, I thought it was a pretty fitting track to be dirt, to be honest, but the fact that they keep changing Bristol seems like every other race of what they won on the track, whether it's dirt or whether they're trying to have a baseball game.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the racing fans probably feel the dirt here at Bristol went about as well as baseball fans think the baseball game went, and that's not good at all. I had the pleasure of actually going to Bristol to see the dirt race when they had it at Bristol, and I thought it was good. It was different.
Shane's on his lid.
Dirt driver at heart, so it made sense to me, but certainly a lot of the fans didn't like it that much. But well, let's go ahead and oh, that was pretty vicious right there. Shane finally end up back on the wheels.
Yeah. Nope.
No, he did not.
He's still upside down.
So let's go ahead and bring him in here. And Shane, yeah, you have nothing else better to do right now since you're sitting on your lid. And we'll figure we'll talk to you here a little bit and see how your race is going.
Well, I think y'all can see I'm looking at a bunch of asphalt through my visor.
He got about 2 Mazdas. Try to work a tandem up. Yep, there you go.
They got me.
Perfect. Well, since you're back home, we'll go ahead and let you get back to it. You're the last running IndyCar right now, but I do see that a Mazda is ahead of you right now. And I mentioned just previously on the broadcast here, I know it's not in the rules. I know there's no points on the line here, but I feel like if any Mazda were to beat any IndyCar here tonight, they should just swap points. I mean, they deserve it at that point.
Oh, for sure. I was thinking about, I hadn't really considered that being an option because we're so much faster. But
I mean, for a brief second there, you were behind right there.
Yeah, and as practice was going on, I was thinking, if a Mazda pulls off a win, I think they should get both prize pools.
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, they should get at least a 50-point bonus or something. But well, we'll let you get to it here. As hopefully you stay on your wheels this time, as you got some drivers trying to drive up over you. I've never seen a MX-5 be a monster truck before, but we'll wish you luck out there.
All right, thanks, guys. And if you haven't yet, make sure to do some of the in cars from these Indy cars and look at the closing rate. It is insane.
We've done both. We've done the Indy cars and see how crazy it is. We've hopped on board with the MX-5s and then the Ricky Bobby were those the other cars, because it's crazy on both ends here for sure.
Yeah, this is a great way to practice like wreck avoidance and like committing to a line to get through. It's a lot of fun, at least.
Well, good luck out there. Hopefully you don't get beat by a Mazda at the end here. I know it's still pretty close there, so good luck to you out there. Keep that thing on the wheels.
All right, guys. Enjoy the show.
Will do. Driver of the 60 there, Shane King, as he tries to avoid all the carnage out there. We'll bring in, we'll bring in Jake Raven here, since Jake's been leading this thing for quite some time here. And Jake, you got a 4-lap lead here right now. So what's going through your mind right now? Is it tire conservation? Is it fuel conservation?
Sorry, I can barely hear your question.
Is that from all the screams that you're hearing from all the other cars, or from yourself?
Exactly, yeah.
I said you got a 4-lap lead on the field right now. So what's the plan here? Is it save the tires here to the end?
I'm just driving. There's no plan. I'm just going. I'm trying to just avoid everything in front of me and hope for the best.
Well, listen, it's been fun watching it here so far, and you certainly got yourself in a good spot here early on in the race. I know you're only about a quarter of the way through this thing, but you're keeping that thing on 4 wheels for the most part. It seems like when you're coming up on traffic, like right there, for instance, you're not really avoiding it. If you come up on them square, you're just kind of running right into them and waiting for the damage to repair itself.
It's so loud in this car, I can't hear anything.
Well, we'll let you get back to screaming at yourself, and we'll maybe talk to you at the end of this thing.
Okay.
That is the driver of the 37 right now, as
Hyper, folks.
he is, yeah. It's like I said. I know he's trying to blame it on the engine, but I think he's probably got push to talk and he's screaming when he's not talking to us. But either way, we're a quarter of the way through this race so far. 4-lap lead for Jake Raven over Jeremy Gill in second. Timothy Presley in third, also down 4 laps. But there we go, looking good again. These faster pairs are super fast here tonight. Then we got looks like Andrew Jones 5 laps down in fourth. You got Robbie Minor 8 laps down after leading early on here tonight in fifth place. You see it right there. Fantastic look there from Timothy Presley. And of course, as he gets through all that carnage, then he loops it. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, he needs cars around to go to make it through a corner. But yeah, just I mean, that's how these cars get destroyed so easily too. You know, we've had the pleasure of running a few races in these things, and not what he wants to see. And I'm sure you're just waiting for that faster pair. You might want to stay out of pit lane though. Oh, somebody else is on their lid. I think that was that Rob? Yeah, that's Robbie. This is what it looks like upside down.
Yeah, waiting for a car to do that right there, and
there we
be
go.
over. That's right side up. There you go. What would you do without friends here? I mean, I know it's not a super speedway, and you don't technically need friends to bump draft or anything like that, but you need them to bump flip you here.
Yeah, bump flip. I mean, it's a thing, and you just seen how obviously how chaotic can get. Robbie was out there, pretty decent lead, and now we go ahead and we'll bring up the interval here. Down to 8 laps down to Jake. Jake's been able to make it through or have less major incidents here or wrecks that puts him to the point where he's going to get lapped. But Robbie not having as good luck there. He T-bones a Miata, able to work his way around it to slow up just a little bit. And it's kind of what you're seeing here is, what's why the drivers are going down is just some are just getting involved in a few more incidents, taking more chances, maybe trying to go to the low side when they can't or need to let off a little bit. Got so much downforce. These cars really do, they boogie, and they feel really good. It's just sometimes if you're not ready for it, definitely you find yourself way overdriving the car and hoping that it'll stick, and just not the case here. As you can see, not even with the good brakes, high downforce, can't avoid a car mid-turn, and that's pretty much any car, Carl. I mean, you go in the corner and no matter, you see the closure rate, looking at 50, 60 miles an hour, what it's like here when you're riding on board with these drivers. And it's definitely, something to see. Obviously the drivers in there just trying to make a decision, and then committing to that line, and then hopefully it works out for them. But yeah, these cars are definitely quick. They're on lap. There's Jake's 71 laps in right now is a little bit of 360.
Oh, little wall ride, little grinding there, a little Tony Hawk action there. Not on a turtle, but he's on the edge there. Oh, there we go. That helps. That helps. But put him on his lid.
Nope.
I did see briefly there. Jake Raven's lead went from 4 laps down to 2 laps as Jeremy Gill was catching back up and has back to 5 laps.
That's one way to get around.
Yeah, there's that. There is that right there, and that's certainly it gets thrown into pit lane. And
is that going to be an unsafe pit entry? That'll be a black flag.
We're gonna have to go ahead and bring in Jeremy Gill here in the 4. And Jeremy, I was gonna bring you up there because I seen the lead went from 4 laps down to 2 laps, went back up to 4, but now we see a move right there where you drug Jake Raven around for a little bit and then he threw him into pit lane. Was that by choice? Was that a move that you were planning out here in practice?
No, that's not by choice. I'm just trying to run laps and stay alive.
Well, you see, you're in second, and I said to Jeremy, I said to Jimmy that I feel like the pits there, the paint scheme there on that the Laura has got to be helping you out. You showed that it was not hard, and you penetrated your way right through the entire field here, and it seemed like you're lasting pretty long up there.
Yeah, I like your play on words there, bud. I'm trying. I'm trying. My endurance, I mean, it's going strong tonight, boys.
Buddy, well, we'll see if you can push through to the top spot right there, and then see how long you can last. But either way, good luck out there. We'll send you back.
All right. Thank you, bud.
This is it's interesting for sure, as it's still a 4-lap lead here for Jake Raven. But Jimmy, 75 laps about in the books here. What are your thoughts so far?
It's chaos. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's interesting, and I know it just kind of one of those, another race, kind of halfway through their season, kind of break things up, have a little bit of fun and try something a little different. And obviously there's multi-class racing out there. There's not many multi-class oval racing. No, but and
that's something that we have done in Cordo also, when we had the A's, the B's, the C's, and the ARCAs. That was certainly interesting, and it was fun when we did that too, because it definitely took some strategy. As we had I think it was a 12 race schedule, and you had to race every car 3 races. You got to pick whichever race you wanted to run the Cup car, which one you wanted the Xfinity. Yeah, exactly. It was certainly interesting, and it was crazy. You come to tracks like this, and I think it was like the ARCA car was as fast, if not faster, than like the Cup car or the Truck Series. So it actually made sense to run the quote unquote lower class vehicle for that race.
Yeah, I mean, that series alone had a lot of choices. Obviously, the cars were one of them, but there was a benefit to running sometimes the ARCA car. You had more fuel, so maybe you didn't have to pit, which is a lot of time, that you can make up. And maybe the A car at the time, the Gen 6, maybe you would have to pit like 3 times. So there's a lot of different factors, and it took some strategy, some thinking, and what you're comfortable with. Maybe when we went to a road course, did you want to have the fast car, with no downforce, or a little bit slower? It was a lot of different options out there, and everybody did their best to try to make the best choices. And you're kind of surprising how much the actual, sometimes the slower car won. It wasn't always the A car, the car with the more horsepower, because it had limitations on it, and that's one of the things that we had to, as drivers, had to shuffle around. And we didn't share either. We didn't share what car we were driving. We tried to keep everybody on their toes as far as points went, because it was just a fun little series. It was different. I think we only ran it that one season, so it was definitely, I don't know, something that would ever come back, but it was definitely fun to be part of, and it was challenging, and it was more about just having fun and getting out there and racing against your buddies and trying to win with a lesser car. I think it was at Auto Club. I think I ran the A car. I got a chance to lead a bunch of laps, but I didn't win because I had to pit more. So I'd pit, come back out, pass everybody, and then have to pit again. So, I mean, it was just, it was challenging. So it was just definitely a lot of fun, a lot of decision making, and just as a way to kind of, the keyword, fun. It was just fun.
Well, it looks like these drivers out here are having some fun. Looks like we do have a black flag here for Shane King. Not sure why, but there we go. It did get cleared. But our leader in pits, not sure. I didn't see if he went in here by himself or if he got thrown into pit lane. Looks like he is on his lid. This could change everything here, as the lead is gone. Jeremy Gill, your new leader. He was down 5 laps at one point. He is now your leader, and Jake Raven, for the longest time, was the leader. Not anymore. Viagra sticks it to the top.
Yeah, just Jerry, like I said, he's out there trying to survive. So, and Jake upside down, just waiting for somebody to come down on the apron. He's gonna need to call that one out, and here comes an assist. Flips that car back on over, but now the damage has been done. Say goodbye to the 4-lap lead, now down 2 laps. and in danger. Even Timothy Presley maybe catching him, but there's a pile up behind him that looked like Drafty Beef and gang. I'll go back here and say, yeah, that Drafty Beef was involved there driving the Charmin car. It might be need some of that Charmin for some of the streaks that are going on the track here tonight.
Looks like we did lose one IndyCar here tonight. The 3 of Andrew Jones looks like he may be done for the night. For whatever reason, he is back there in 14th and dropping. Other than that, the other 16 drivers are still out there. We got a couple in the pits. Looks like Thomas Osborne was in the pits for quite some time. Not coming back out here. Tyler Edmondson in the pits now as well. So not sure what's happening with both of them. But yeah, to the front of the field, Jeremy Gill is your leader. 2-lap lead over Jake Raven.
Oh.
And it's kind of funny. I look down. I'm like, how are we only on lap 54? I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. That's because you're on one of the Mazdas right now.
Yeah, they're like on. Let's see, Ryan's is, right around, what is it, 50? What is he at? I don't know what lap he's on. Yeah, they're a few laps down. But leading here tonight right now is Jeremiah Growl as he goes tumbling down the front stretch. Down turn number 1. We'll
and only a small lead here for Jeremiah Growl, too. He's only up by 3.3 seconds over Robert Altman. But now it looks like that is, Ryan Perrone is your leader now after Jeremiah Growl gotten into the incident there. And looks like Growl into the pits. No, back out here it's SDK is not sure because all these drivers are going down on the apron. They're thinking they're going to the pits, but I did see another IndyCar on its lid trying to get some help.
Dave Chapman.
And David Chapman, 6th right now.
He might have to tow, Carl. He's in that kind of safe zone. I don't know if anybody can come down there and tag him.
Yeah, it's going to take somebody going into the pits and probably getting a black flag to do so, just to do that. I mean, he's not only is it a safe zone, but it's a zone like I don't think anybody's going to see him in there. He's going to run around that corner.
Oh, I got a Mazda, I think, keying in on him. There he goes. Yep.
Oh, cannot get him.
No, he's going to have to tow.
That was kind of a drive-through penalty right there. Drove straight through him and hit the wall. But, yeah, that's going to have to be a tow for David Chapman. And, by the way, we have a pit from our leader, Jeremy Gill. What? Came into pit lane. And not sure if this is maybe a scheduled pit stop here right at the halfway point. So Jake Raven back into the lead, and looks like I think since black flags are just getting cleared all around, as looks like Jeremy Gill goes around once he came out of the pits. It looks like we've seen quite a few drivers come into the pits, so I'm assuming maybe a one-stop race here tonight.
Yeah, Jeremy Gill is already in. Well, just came in, but the IndyCars have not come in. Well, some of them have. Shane King's been in, and Chapman's been in. Robbie Minor's still out there chugging along in the NOS machine, back up to 4th after being the back of the pack, so working his way back up through the field, a few laps down, 13. But, anything can happen here. Still plenty of laps left, still 95 laps remaining. There's a big wreck here that Robbie gets involved in. Oh, my goodness. Oh.
Timothy Bradley maybe took the safest route, went down in the into the pit lane there, and taking his pit stop. But yeah, we see Shane King with the fastest lap of the race here so far, 11.15. Jimmy, do we see a sub 11 here tonight?
I mean, it's the possibilities there, but I don't think the clean track is there. I don't think we'd have enough room to have that perfect lap, to get a sub 11 seconds. But Jake Raven's still out front there. Well, there goes Shane in the wall again.
Fastest lap of the night, looks like in practice, was turned by Timothy Presley with an 11.030. So, as you said, Jimmy, it's there. But, yeah, I mean, you need probably drafting help, perfect lap. No cars, other than the ones that are helping you with the draft. So It's gonna be tough. It's Jake Raven on spin cycle here, and there you go. You try and get a little frisky, and well, that's what you get there for the 7 of Bryce Anderson. But he gets flipped back on his wheels, but it looks like another one on their lid right there as well. So yeah, the hits just keep on coming right now as we got some more carnage on the outside.
Definitely got to be using the turtle shells for that. But
and then 94 Robert Altman just lands back on his wheels as looks like Jake Raven helps David Chapman finally get back on his wheels again. But Jeremy Gill now back into the lead as he just passes Jake Raven, and see another Indy car there. I think it might have been was it Robbie Minor, but another one on their lid. But Jimmy, we are past the halfway point. We're down to less than 90 laps to go in this race. Still a lot of racing yet to go, but why don't we go ahead and turn it up and listen to these Indy cars and Miatas, if you can hear them, go around this Bristol Motor Speedway. Would a little love to hear it. sights and sounds here of Indy cars who probably shouldn't be racing at Bristol of the high speeds. And I couldn't imagine the G-forces. I know we have a dashboard that shows us the speed, but I wish there was something that shows us the G-forces that these drivers would be under here at Bristol. I can't imagine it's low. I would imagine it's pretty bad here.
Yeah, I don't have that meter. I know it's on. They do have it. Like on if I had Race Labs or something like that, but don't do that much racing to have paid overlays right now. So, something that you can have in the car, and wow.
Yeah, just pushing them right up the track. Well, the other thing too, I mean, the Miatas seem like a car that would be here like a short track Saturday night, and I feel like it might be a decent 4-cylinder series here at Bristol. As you see, Aaron Genske maybe trying to cause a little havoc, and now driving inside the 121 there, Tyler Edmondson, but now going for a bit of a spin. Lands it back on the wheels though, so a good save there. Good save, landing it there. Not sure what the Russian judge is going to give him on that one, but he's not done
Do it again.
just yet. But either way, it is Jeremy Gill in the lead here, as he has got a 3-lap lead over Jake Raven. Those two have kind of been the dominant wreck avoiders here tonight. I can't really say the dominant speed cars here, as again we've seen some lap times in the low 11.1 second range, but we haven't talked about our MX-5s too much because they're just getting passed by so quickly here. But Tom Lanier is your leader right now in the MX-5 class, and trying to see, I think he's got a pretty sizable lead as well. There's like a 3-lap lead over 3-lap lead over Bryson Anderson here, and things are all kinds of jacked up here, and actually looks like it. So sorry, it's over Robert Altman, but it's not over just yet. I mean, we're down to 40 laps to go. You never know. I mean, one wreck and one turtle, and that can change anything for any of these drivers out here tonight. But Jeremy Gill certainly is standing tall here tonight, and it seems like he's got the endurance.
But some they say he needs a drug test. Jeremy Gill,
This has certainly been a fun little off night here for the drivers. Maybe a good way to kind of ease us back in here, Jimmy. I mean, it's been a while. I feel like CRN's been off for like a month. I mean, last week all we had was the one race with 191 on Sunday night, and then nothing until right here. Over a week off. And Jimmy, it's been a long time since we've had a week off in CRN.
Yeah, my hands were, didn't know where to put them. Ended up playing some other games, so that they're probably collecting a lot of dust in my Steam account to just kind of bring them out here and there. Ventured on Twitch a little bit. I thought maybe I'd race here and there, but kind of stepping away from iRacing every now and then is not a bad thing. Keeps things fresh, keeps you, so you don't get burned out, or they call it burnout, but I'm not really burnt out. I'm just, you're on here every night. You go to work, you come, you go eat dinner, and then you're here broadcasting for the great folks here out there in CRN. So, and you just do that, every single day. And as much fun as it is, sometimes it can feel like a second job, and that's not the case. We do this for fun, so it's good to have a break and recharge them batteries, get back out here and be able to do things like this here, and just kind of have the little all-star race here on show here. And obviously Jake Raven trying to get back to the front, but falling farther and farther behind here. But yeah, just each and every week, just kind of things go on. But Carl, I think the breaks are just beginning. Obviously there's a few other series wrapping up. No Tuesday nights as the Core Xfinity Series has finished up. Wednesday nights, CSRL has Watkins Glen this Wednesday. And the following weekend, all we have is CSRL with their 2-hour finale, finishing up their season that they're currently on for the year. And we probably won't see them, I would say, probably beginning of January when they start back up, and then VVR is getting to the point where they done. No, they're almost.
No,
done.
they got a couple races here to
They
go
got a
yet.
couple more, yeah. So everything's wrapping up, and so mid-December, we might be looking at not only 1 week, we might be a couple weeks.
Give us some time to. I mean, we need to use this money to make it through those couple weeks there with Santa. And I'm not sure I mean, it's busy enough certainly for the holiday season, so it's probably not a bad idea to have a little bit of time off. But I know we're gonna have some fun events in core coming up that we'll probably partake in just to get our feet back wet, because Jimmy, as we mentioned, the core Premier Series coming back. It's not gonna be broadcasted this coming season as we come back, because we're gonna get out of the booth and do a little racing ourselves, and I'm certainly looking forward to it. We got some fun combos.
Everybody's in trouble. I'm gonna have to get back in the car, live mic. I mean, I don't have all kinds of eyes on them anymore. I might find the ugly, the part I put in the closet for a while come out. The competitive side, Jimmy, come out. No, it should be great. Definitely looking forward to some of the different races, the dirt tracks. Not interested in some of them slower cars you got on the mobiles, but we'll go out there and give it a whirl as well. Entertain everybody out there for sure.
Yeah, we're going to be coming to Bristol here for one of the races with the street stocks. We're going to be using the MX-5s for the race right before that, which is going to go to Mount Panorama. So that's probably a little bit more up your alley. And I do got to say, I tested some of the I tested all the combos out to get the lap numbers and everything like that for all the races. And probably one of the most fun and really kind of surprising handling is the late models at Okayama. The late models on a road course. I've heard that they're really good road cars, and they are. And we're going to see that in race number 2. The MX-5s at Mount Panorama, I thought, it's a little bit slower of a car going through Mount Panorama. I'm used to going through there with the V8 supercars or with the GT3 cars. With the MX-5s, it won't be as scary. Oh no, it's still scary. It's just slow and scary. Because that MX-5 it can be twitchy, and it can be a little scary going up through the mountain. But some of the other ones, the BMW M2 at Sonoma, I thought it's going to be a slower car. It's going to be somewhat easy to handle. Oh no, it is going to be a handful with the BMWs at Sonoma. But I'm looking forward to certainly the cross carts are going to be a free car coming out on iRacing for the dirt road, and they're going to be jumping right on the schedule in March at Crandon with a Land Rush start. So there's certainly some interesting combos, and if you're looking for something to do Sunday nights, and it's going to be late enough that it's after the 191 Motorsports broadcast as well. So we're still going to be out there broadcasting with them, and then we're going to hop out of the booth, hop in the car, and have some fun starting in January. But this thing is starting to wrap up here, Jimmy. We're down to 14 laps to go. Jeremy Gill still up there in the lead. He's got quite a sizable lead as well. And looking at it here, he's got a
18, 19 laps.
18, yeah, I'm looking at him like, no, that can't be right. Oh, yeah, it is. 18 lap lead. We don't see that too often.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to look for a battle, you have to look back to Tom Lanier. He's only got about 17-second lap or lead over Jeremiah Growell. So there is still a battle, and there's still something out there. Even as chaotic as it all has been, we're still finding a few drivers right there in the mix for things. And, I think there's a little bit of prize on the line here for some of these drivers. But Tom Lanier looking to maybe pull away a win here in the MX-5s over Jeremiah Growell. Robert Altman sitting there in P number 3 over Perone. But Altman is 2 laps down. So 1 and 2 are on the lead lap. And obviously it looks like that time is dwindling as Altman gets involved there with somebody else. But yeah, Jeremiah Growell trying to catch up to Tom Lanier, but running out of time. So there's only 9 laps to go. That's about 99 seconds. If Jeremy Gill can get around cleanly.
I didn't want to interrupt you, and I kind of needed some time to process it, but I seen something I didn't think I'd ever see, and that was an MX-5 flashing a slower IndyCar around Bristol. I don't think I'd ever utter those words, but yeah, apparently there was a car in front of one of our leaders there in the MX-5 series, maybe going a little slow, and was getting flashed by a Mazda. But either way, you see Timothy Presley in pit lane. Jake Raven looked like he was out, but looks like he's back out there trying to secure that second place. He is still down 18 laps. He was down another couple laps. He was down 20 because Jeremy Gill was getting thrown around like a rag doll, but he's standing strong here once again, and you can see he's ready to bust through and get the win here tonight. As we're down to 5 laps to go here at Bristol, should be done in about 2 minutes because these cars.
I mean,
actually
if Jeremy Gill,
1 minute.
If Jeremy Gill just sat at the start finish line, he could really drag this race out for another 18 laps.
He could go to the bathroom. He could, go have a sandwich. Either way, he's got plenty of time to get this thing done. He can get wrecked about 17 or 18 more times. I think the only way that he can lose this thing is if he gets put on his lid and nobody touches him. I mean, that's about the only way Jake Raven has a chance. But how about Shane King? We've seen him as one of the last running Delaras here tonight. And we're going to get a chance to talk to him at the end. As it stands right now, he is battling. Well, he was in third, and now I see him. He is in third. There we go. It took iRacing a little bit there to catch back up to SDK. But, in third place right now as he gets past Timothy Presley. So some late race action here as the top 3 certainly shaken up. Tom Lanier still leading in the MX-5s. Can he get it done as Jeremy Gill is going to get the win here in the Delara class here? Jake Raven going to go home in second, and Shane King going to come home in third. Looks like Tom Lanier going to get the win. Jeremiah Grau in second, and Ryan Perrone is going to come home in third, but pretty close in that MX-5 classes. Both Tom Lanier and Jeremiah Grau finishing only 7 seconds apart, and then even from third place, Ryan Perrone back to Robert Altman and Bryson Anderson was pretty close, considering this was a 200-lap race here. And coming down to the end here, we get it done just shy of an hour. I mean, 200 laps at Bristol in less than an hour. That's how you do it.
And it obviously it would have been a lot quicker, with less obstacles for some of these drivers. But IndyCars here and a legit race is it can happen, but definitely would be chaotic, or you need some drivers with some talent and some patience for sure.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and get our top finishers in here tonight for their well-earned interviews, and I'm wondering how sore these drivers are going to be, especially their wrists after this one. Hopefully nobody was using force feedback here tonight, or at least a lot of it, because some of these wrecks could have been detrimental to wrists, to fingers being broken. But we get it done here tonight. I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get you in touch with everything that we have to offer here at Sierra. And as we got still a decently busy week here. No 191 last night, but we have the Hold Your Brakes here tonight. As Jimmy mentioned, no Core Xfinity on Tuesdays until 2026, but we still got the doubleheader coming up on Wednesday night and the doubleheader on Thursday night as well. I want to thank pinupsforvets.com and Joe Thomas, not here tonight, but I want to thank him for bringing them on board and bringing us on board for the sponsorship here for the Hold Your Brakes Academy, as this is it kind of marks roughly the halfway point of the season. Again, we've had a pretty good season so far, especially for Jorge Ledesma Jr., who's going to look to try and get back at it next week at Daytona. But pretty much smack dab in the middle of the schedule here, as we'll have Daytona and Auto Club to finish out the 2025 part of the season before we get back to it in 2026. But this was interesting. We'll just say that. Jimmy, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, obviously I don't mind multi-class racing, and sometimes, and I guess the couple of drivers that we brought in here, and if they could take anything out of tonight, one is just remember you're out here to have fun. Two, if you could use anything out of it, it is wreck avoidance, whether it's being passed by a faster driver, coming up on a wreck, or you got that split second to react, and that's probably the biggest thing that the drivers could take away here tonight. So a lot of fun to watch, kind of see the crazy accidents, parts flying, people go rolling and tumbling. But I'm sure these drivers will be looking forward to next week and getting things back on track, get back into their season and earn some points.
And get our top 3 from each of the classes in here. Looks like we're just missing Ryan Perrone is the only other one, so we'll try and wrangle him up. But in the meantime, we'll get our top 3 here, and we'll start with one of the drivers that we talked to during the race, and we've seen he was having kind of a rough race for a while. The 60 of Shane King. Shane, what happened in the second half of this race? You were able to turn it around and keep it on the tires and work your way up here into the podium spot. Shane, do we have a copy?
I did so much. Yeah, I'm here.
There we go.
Sorry.
There we go.
Pushing around, push the talk button.
You good, buddy.
Yeah, turn it around is an understatement. I think I spun so many times this race, I'm still dizzy. So I decided so even though damage is off, tire wear is still an issue. And from whipping the car back around so many times, my rears were gone. I decided to pit a second time and get fresh tires. And that seemed to make a big difference. I was able to just drive around everyone, like even the other Indy cars. Like I was faster than them at that point in the race.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did see that you pit 2 times. There was quite a few drivers in the Indy cars that looked like they pit 2 times, with your winner here tonight, Jeremy Gill, being one of the only ones that pit once. But yeah, that's kind of what was going to be the question. Was it fuel mileage reasons that you pit twice? But it sounds like it was more just the tires being a big issue.
Yeah, it was just from all the spinning and all that. The tires were super hot and just super worn out. So my rears were so far gone from, like I say, I'd get turned around backwards and I'd gun it to spin the car around, and they'd get so hot I couldn't even hardly get going again without short shifting all the way to like 4th gear.
Well, listen, getting back to the to the grind here next week as you guys head to Daytona and back to points racing. Talk about the first half of the season for you real quick before we let you go. I mean, you're sitting 3rd in points, but it seems like it's going to take a lot to take down that 44 here this season.
Yeah, I'm. It's definitely going to take him having some misfortune, I think. I'm happy with my results. I have that 125th place finish that's looming over my head, and we've got Daytona on the horizon, so anything can happen there to anyone. So we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. The way the schedule kind of, as the drivers built the schedule, it's kind of weird how, like, they clumped races together as they sponsored races, so different types of tracks. So the second half of the season is going to be a totally different track set than the first half of the season once we get past Daytona. So it should make things interesting.
Yeah, especially coming back as you guys are going to tackle the Roval. That'll be certainly an interesting one in the second half. See if it's anything like Watkins Glen was in the first half. But either way, congrats on the podium here tonight and surviving, and hopefully no sore wrists or fingers tomorrow from all the carnage here tonight. Before we let you go and get out of here, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, I definitely warned the guys when we were in practice. I said, if you've got a powerful direct drive wheel, you may want to hold the wheel loosely or turn your force feedback way down, because this, especially if you're in these Indy cars, I don't think it's as bad in the Miatas, but these Indy cars, this thing will rip right out of your hand. But yeah, as always, I want to thank you guys for the broadcast. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I know this is something a little different. I hope the fans enjoyed it. I know it was a lot of chaos, a lot to keep up with, but it's just something to let the drivers let their hair down, not have to worry about any of the rules or regulations, just come out here and have fun. I always want to thank the drivers for choosing this league. I really appreciate that, and I enjoy racing with all of them. SM Racing Products, great sponsor, sponsoring our Rookie of the Year series. Check them out at smracingproducts.com. Majestic branded and promotional and branded apparel. Make sure to check them out. They make some great products. And also pinupsforvets.com for sponsoring the league. I appreciate all the sponsors. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the fans out there. Thanks for tuning in every week and watching. I hope you guys enjoy the show, and I hope you keep coming back.
Yeah, and certainly a testament to the league for having 17 drivers out here for a night that really doesn't matter, just out there for fun. So congrats on the success here so far for the first half. Hopefully we'll see it in the second half as well. We'll let you go celebrate. We'll see you next week at Daytona.
All right, guys. Hopefully we'll get to talk again.
Absolutely. That is third place finish here tonight in the Dallara field here. Shane King in the 60s. Second place tonight, Jimmy, a man that led quite a bit in the first half, but the second half didn't exactly trim too well, but hopefully he can now hear you over the screams. Jake Raven in the 37.
Well, now that he has his earplugs undone from all the screaming going on, and that might just be the concrete passing over his head as he was upside down a few times. But hey, Jake, Jimmy, and Carl up in the booth. Do you copy?
Yep, I got you.
See, he can hear us this time, Carl, and he's out of the car now and able to get your bearings, hopefully unwind and not be dizzy anymore. But give us a little rundown of your race, man. We seen you out there leading for a little bit, then you just seemed like you just ran out of luck and just started getting into more incidents and allowed Jeremy to kind of start walking away.
Yeah, the first half of the race was pretty good. I was able to actively dodge a lot of the cars. It seemed like in the second half of the race, I had a lot more Miatas turning 90 degrees in front of me as I was trying to pass them. And it doesn't matter how fast you try and get by them, they're going to get you. So, and then once I ended up on my roof, I couldn't get flipped back over, so I had to tow. I knew it was done after that because I had to spend about a minute and a half towing. That's a lot of laps to go down at that point in time. But overall, it was fun.
Yeah, running about 11 seconds a lap out there for the Dallaras were anyways. And trying to get things done here. And I believe that was you that was stuck down on your lid in the pits. Nobody could flip you over and up with that, like you said, that tow, which is one of the few things, even with damage off, that can really kill a race. And that's some kind of a special event like this, and unfortunately you got that, but we're able to hold on here, over the other drivers that were in the Dallara, and get yourself a second place. So I want to say congratulations. Hope you had fun, and give you some time for any shouts you might have in that car.
Appreciate it. Yep, I believe my girlfriend tuned in. I know she was doing a lot of stuff today, so if she did, appreciate her always showing up. All the admins for just putting these fun events together. You guys for broadcasting. The pinups for veterans, a very, very great thing that's going on for them, and hopefully it keeps going in the future, as well as the SM. I think it's the SM racing boxes, racing gear. They got some pretty cool gear too with their button boxes and flip switches. But other than that, just all the racers, everybody keeping it good, lighthearted, and fun.
Yeah, definitely great to see everybody out there enjoying even the extended holiday season here as we're getting into that time of the year. So again, congratulations on your second place finish, and we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
So your second place finisher here tonight in the Dallara. That is the 37 of Jake Raven, top spot here tonight. And the man that showed it doesn't matter if you're not going to qualify, if you're just going to start in the back. It's not that hard. It is the four of Jeremy Gill getting it done here. And I mean, you had some stiff competition out there, Jeremy, but I mean, you really kind of stuck it to him, and you finished strong, 18 laps up.
Oh, yeah. We had to practice breathing exercises for sure in order to endure this entire longevity of this race. And it was very, very hard to do.
I got to wonder, 200 laps here in the Dallara. I mean, I know there was certainly some incidents along the way, but any issues with stiffness getting out of the car?
No. I'm kind of dizzy. Feel like I'm about to throw up, honestly. I think I took too many of them, but no, I ate a McDonald's before this, and I am just so freaking dizzy. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, 200 laps around this this half mile oval. I mean, I don't know if anybody in the league runs VR. If they do, thoughts and prayers out to them, because this could not have been easy. I mean, it doesn't matter if it was in the MX-5 or the Delora, it could not have been fun.
No, I used to do this in VR. When I used to stream on TikTok, I used to do this. It's called Zoom. And we would get a bunch of Miatas out on the track, and it was all against AI, and we'd get 3 or 4 guys in the Indy car, and we'd go round and round and round. And, man, it was a load of fun. I ain't ever done it like this before. This is definitely a unique experience, but I'm glad it's over. I tell you that much.
Well, you certainly you get it done here tonight, and you and the Viagra at number 4 team can erect a new statue in the.
You're killing me.
That's about all I got. That's it. I'm done. I'm done with the puns here. Either way,
I can't wait to go back and watch this broadcast. I'm sure it's full of it.
I mean, listen. Either way, you lasted the longest, but you finished first. So either way, congrats on the win here tonight. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
SM Racing Products, Majestic Apparel and Branding, and Pin Up for Vets. They do a lot. All 3 of them do a lot for this league. Put a lot of time into this league, so big shout out to them and my teammates, as always, over at Mid Tier Racing. I love every single one of them. Great group of guys. So I'm happy it's over. I tell you what. And I ran out of fuel coming across the line too, for my Polish lap. So there's that. Nice. We were kind of close.
Well, you had an 18-lap buffer, so even if you had to coast that thing in back in the pit lane, come in, go to the bathroom, grab a sandwich, maybe take a little nap, you still had a chance to get back out there and get the win. So congrats on it here tonight. We'll see you next week at Daytona and see if you can get a win for real. Appreciate you, bud. I'm going to try my best next week. Daytona's coming up. Super speedways aren't my strong suit, but we're going to try. We're going to try to get it done next week. Buddy, that is your winner here overall, and in the Delora, the number 4 of Jeremy Gill. Looks like, unfortunately, we're down to 1, Jimmy. We only got our winner here left tonight, and in the MX-5 series, and that is going to be the 99 of Tom Lanier.
Tom, Jimmy and Carl up in the booth. You copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. How y'all doing?
Not too bad. Hey, you finished 6th overall, first out of all the MX-5s, but with not actually. You had some competition right behind you. Jeremiah Crowell only finishing a few seconds behind you, 7 seconds. So 200 laps, for the Delara. I'm not sure how many laps you guys were able to finish as they were going around. You guys, for the most part, or through yous, or over yous, or under yous, or dragging yous around. Give us a little rundown of your race, man. Even to kind of keep a competitive edge and to squeak out a win over Jeremiah.
Yeah, so the first half of the race, I was probably 11th through 13th, just kind of riding around. I hope you guys caught it on the broadcast. At one point I was in the infield and struggling to get out. So I was a little concerned, and then, the chips kind of fell my way. I jumped up to second. And then, as we've done in the All-Star race before, my teammate decided, he's like, all right, we're gonna make shit happen tonight. And started covering for me and doing the best that we can. I know there was others doing the same to me. I definitely was having Delara slow down just to come and dump me. But, overall, as far as actually driving and not trying to wreck, you just try to keep one eye out the back, one eye looking forward. When you see smoke, slow down, try to be smart when that happens, and stay on the bottom, stay out of the way. It is class racing. You know that the closing speed of the Delaras are going to be absolutely insane. So you do your best just to not be in the way. And, for tonight, the only way to get the win was just had a great performance from my teammate, and I just ran 17 and a half, 18s, and took my time and tried to stay out of trouble.
I mean, that's definitely what it takes. Obviously, a little bit of teamwork helps a ton, especially in events like this. And, even with them helping, one Delara coming through with a closing rate, about 70 miles an hour, there's really nowhere to go on this short track. So definitely hats off to y'all for kind of putting up with the chaos, trying to race a little bit, kind of work out some sort of a strategy, even if it's between two mates. So maybe not just a win for the 99, but a win for your team. So I want to say congratulations up here in the booth for that run, and go ahead and give you some time for any shots on number 99.
Yeah, of course. I give a shout out to the 88 as always. Teammate and friend from college that I still get to do this with, and it's been 20 years that we've known each other, so that's always really cool. And man, I give a shout out to my family that's coming out here to visit me from my home in Georgia. I'm out here in Denver, so excited to see them. I don't get to really travel back for Thanksgiving, so give a shout out to my sisters. I'm a triplet. I have two sisters that will come out here and visit me. So shout out to them.
Well, I'm sure they appreciate the shout outs. Hopefully you get to enjoy some family time out there in Denver. Again, congratulations on your win here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
That is your winner in the MX5 class, the 99 of Tom Lanier getting it done. We didn't see, unfortunately, him get stuck in the infield there. We seen it's hard to keep up with all the carnage out there. I mean, I'm not sure how well the track map was doing for that here tonight, but we almost needed probably a Wreckfest map. It would have been a little bit better to just have some of the dots just all over the place. But either way, it was interesting here tonight and a fun one. Certainly had some laughs up in the booth as we typically try and do out here. So once again, thanks everybody for tuning in here tonight. Still got some racing left this week. We had the doubleheader on Wednesday night, the doubleheader on Thursday night, and then these drivers here for the Hold Your Brakes Academy will be back in action points racing at Daytona next week. And I mean, could very well see quite a bit of carnage there as well. But you have to tune in to find out. That's going to do it for myself and Jimmy from the Bristol Motor Speedway, the Hold Your Brakes Academy All-Star Race. We'll see you at the track.
Peace.